Hello Pisces, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a timeless reading. I've decided to start doing timeless readings versus my typical like monthly, mid-monthly readings, just because I feel like that limits the message a little bit, and if you don't find it within that time frame, you could tend to think, oh well, this isn't relevant anymore. And I found that's completely the opposite of the case when it comes to these readings. I find that they are relevant pretty much whenever you come across them. It's going to be relevant for you. There was a reason you were steered towards this. There's a reason you clicked on it. Thank you so much for returning if you're returning, and thank you so much if you are new and you took a chance and you're going to dive in with us. Speaking of diving in, let's just go ahead. There we go. First card out, the Lovers. There is a big shift happening in your life right now. I feel like you are setting yourself up for new beginnings completely, a new home, a new job, new career, new life path, purpose, new car, new friends, new lover. I feel like you're just very much focused on what is coming in, what is new, making space for the new things, making space for a new lover to come in. That means getting rid of any old, lingering, stuck, toxic cycles that you could have been stuck in, or maybe not even stuck isn't the right word, but hanging on to for whatever reason. Just cyclical things that no longer have a purpose in your life, that no longer belong there, that maybe you held on to for a little bit too long. I feel like you're finally letting go. You're in the beginning stages. You're kind of in that last little, as we move through the last few weeks, phases of winter, you're already doing your spring cleaning. Like you're making room for, you could have had like a roommate move out, and that's freed up a lot of space for you. Like not just physically, but mental, not having to clean up after people all the time, not having to worry about other people being in your space when they're coming home. I feel like you had a lot of anxiety around a living situation that is going to be alleviated, and now that you don't have to spend so much time thinking about it, it's going to allow you to spend more time thinking about new things. And I think you could be maybe fantasizing about a new lover. It could have been a very long time since you've kind of opened yourself up in that way. Maybe you were in a long-term relationship that has recently, like in the last year or so, come to an end. So you're starting to open up and explore the I almost said opportunities, but that's not necessarily the possibilities, thank you, of what is out there for you. So let's see what else is here for Pisces besides a very reciprocal, very loving, very open, honest, like you see that these two people are just standing in front of each other like, this is what I have to offer, this is me, take it or leave it. There's no like mask, there's no hiding, there's no pretending. And it's also being divinely guided and kind of blessed or anointed by the heavens, by the universe, orchestrated even by the universe, bringing these two people together because it's a really, really good fit. It's a really good match. I do feel like, though, you're going to have lots of offers, that you're going to have to be able to kind of be able to be open and honest and raw and present yourself in a way that you can quickly decipher who's playing games, who's on the same path, who is in the same mindset as you, all of those things, so you can quickly then pivot if it's not something that you want. And not waste any more time, not get in committed relationships. Well, I know that we don't necessarily want the same thing, but maybe if 10 years down the road they'll change. It's no more of that. If the person is not on the same page as you from the jump, if they're not all in like you are, if they're not bearing their soul like you are, if they're not being upfront and honest, they're not texting in a fashion that you like, they're, just whatever, only texting after a certain time at night, like, you quickly and kind of quietly move away from that. Okay, I would rather be single. I have been through too much to get back into another situation that I know isn't up here. I want a relationship that is at this level. You've been kind of idling and accepting and kind of sifting through things that are at this level. There is someone coming in who will match your energy, who will match your intensity, will match your level of love. And it's going to be amazing. But I want to say be patient. 1, be discerning. And don't be afraid to cut things off. If it's not at this level that you know you want to have, there's nothing wrong with saying this isn't it. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste any more of my time. I don't want to waste your time. So I'm cool with just being friends. I am cool with just being single. I feel like you've been single long enough. You're not scared to be single. You're not scared to be by yourself until you find this absolutely raw, open, loving, committed, loyal, devoted, adoring love. But it's definitely coming. I feel like you guys have kind of gotten all of your other ducks in a row. You make X amount of money that you've wanted to make. I don't see this being like the end all be all. Like this isn't the cap to how much money you're going to make, but this is a stepping stone. Excuse me. You're going to be able to have the freedom to invest. You're going to be able to have the freedom to explore, to live a really good life. And it's kind of like, not that it's missing, but the only thing left is love. Like you have such an overflowing cup of love. It's so full and so abundant and so big that you do want someone besides, if you have kids, besides like nieces, family, all friends, you want someone to have a really passionate, loving, again, reciprocal. You want someone who loves you just as much as you love them. You want someone who is just as affectionate as you are, who shows and expresses their love in a way that resonates with you and allows you to show and express your love freely the way that you want to. You don't have to hold back. You don't have to change who you are. You don't have to tone it down. Oh, well, they don't like holding hands, or oh, they don't like PDA, or oh, I feel like I am more affectionate with them than they are me. I feel like I love them more. I feel like people can tell that it's kind of one-sided. All those things are true. If you felt that about a previous situation, yes, all those things are true. People can tell. You may have even vocalized this to your previous partner, like, I feel like I love you more than you love me, and they confirm that. They're like, yeah, I would agree with that. And it's like, God damn. Okay, well, where do we go from here, I guess? And I do feel like towards the end that they maybe, that those roles could have flipped. Maybe they feel now that they love you more than you love them, but it's because it's been such an exhausting, however long it's been, that you've been kind of stifling yourself, that you've been having to hold back from this person, showing them how much you love them, because I do feel like you love them immensely, but you're not able to show them in a way that's genuine to who you are. Okay, let's keep going. I'm excited for you guys, because I feel like you've been kind of downplaying yourself and kind of muting yourself, holding yourself back a lot from expressing yourself. And I also feel like once you free up this space and you don't have to do that anymore, not only are you welcoming in new love, but I was going to say new creativity, new creation even, because you're not having to stifle any part of yourself. And that is allowing your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, all of those things to flow freely out of you, because you're not holding them back anymore. You're not keeping it close to your chest. You're not going with unsaid words or unexpressed feelings or any of that stuff. You are, goddamn, freely and openly expressing yourself, and it is attracting so many people to you. You are looking great. You are doing a lot of things effortlessly, even if you're even if you have a lot on your plate, and I feel like you do, a lot of you could be single parents, kind of getting yourself and your family to a place of stability. I feel like you've worked really hard for that. People are starting to recognize that. People are starting to, maybe not even starting to, maybe you are starting to realize that people recognize that, and they have for a very long time, but you just haven't seen it because you're not allowing yourself to see it. I feel like you're going to start seeing it. You're going to have to start acknowledging it because you are an empress. Doesn't matter your genitals. You are an empress energy. You are living lavishly. You have so much abundance. You are unbothered because everything is kind of unfolding as it should, as it you've always wanted it to. You have an abundance of money. You have an abundance of resources. You are able to help those around you live the lives that they want as well. You're very giving, but you're also very receptive. Thank you. Yes, receptive. You're open to receiving. You're not shutting it down. You're not saying, I am not deserving. I am not worthy. You are breaking out of that maybe past programming of, I am not worthy of this. I am just such and such from such and such place, and I will never have XYZ. You are like completely blowing that out of the water, and you're going to be blowing everyone in your environment out of the water because it's hard not to notice. What, bud? I don't know, baby, but I'm trying to work. I'll be out in a minute, okay? Sorry. Well, so there goes my train of thought. Shoot. I don't know, but this is just with 3 cards out right now. It's incredible, this energy that I'm getting for you. And we are currently in Pisces season, so it does not surprise me that you guys are just kind of reveling in all of the Pisces energy, this kind of elusive, mysterious, everybody's wanting you, everybody's like wanting your attention, wanting to, you could be getting stopped like in the most random places, maybe even like I don't know, like parking lots. People are like, hey, do you have a man? Like, can I get your number? Can I take you out sometime? And you're just like a little kid kind of blushing and like giddy, like, I guess. I mean, I don't really have a reason to say no because you don't have a partner. You are single. You're operating from this space of just like radiant, abundant, attractive, fertile energy. If having children is something that you want, I would say this could be a very good time for you to get pregnant. If that's not something that is that you see for yourself right now, I would take extra precautions because I do feel like you are going to be very fertile at this time. Potent if you are a male, whatever the male equivalent to fertile is. I guess it's the same thing. Men can be fertile as well, right? Yeah, sure they can. Back to this energy though of being very discerning, because there are always going to be people who are going to try to bring you back down, bring you back into old self-limiting, destructive, self-destructive patterns. This could even be internally. When you reach a certain level, it's like, oh, okay, well, now you're going to get sick and now you're going to ruin everything. Now you're going to get lazy and you're not going to want to go to work and you're going to quit your job and you're going to ruin everything. And you're just like, but I'm not doing that this time. I'm not falling for it. I'm not backing down. You're not going to scare me out of going even bigger and growing even more. You're not going to. Our subconscious mind, especially if there is this type of energy programmed into us, this narrative maybe that we've had since childhood, listening to our parents tell us that you have to work really hard and endlessly, and this is how I did it, and this is how you're gonna have to do it. Nothing comes free. You're gonna have to work for everything. And it's like, that doesn't feel like, that's not in me. I know that I deserve a lavish, abundant lifestyle, and I know that I can get it with ease. I know I'm not going to have to work myself in the grave and be miserable at a job just to have, the lifestyle that I want. That doesn't resonate with me. There could be inside of you creeping up a little bit as you get closer and closer and closer to your dream life. You don't deserve this. You're gonna fail. You're gonna blow all of this. You're gonna get this amount of money and then it's gonna be gone just like that. You don't know how to manage money. All of these things could be trying to creep into your mind. Don't let that happen this time. Don't let it consume you. Ignore it. Don't listen to it. I'm not saying go out and blow all of your money. I'm not saying quit your job and don't do any of that stuff. Just stay the course. Keep your eye on the prize. The prize is your empire. A loving, beautiful, abundant life, overflowing with joy and creativity, creation, blessed and booked, and as busy as you want to be, not working yourself to death for pennies, but doing things that you love and getting paid exponentially. It's amazing. So don't let any past narratives or self-destructive behaviors get in your way, hold you up, hold you back. Let's see what these cards are. Okay, the Devil and the Eight of Cups. You've definitely had to leave a lot behind. You've had to walk away from maybe partying, drinking, substances. If you have been considering maybe I need to take a break from, I need to cut back on, say, my wine consumption, my alcohol consumption, my weed consumption, cigarettes, anything that could be considered a vice or a crutch. If you've been thinking about dialing it back a bit, if you've been thinking about cutting it out completely, I think that would be a good thing for you. No bad can come from it. It's not going to hinder you in any way. It's only going to help you. It's only going to help you grow. I do also see that this is what has led you to this. Walking away from someone who was quite toxic, who was pretty controlling, who wanted to keep you small, who wanted to keep you bound to them. Codependency. I'm getting you could have been in a very codependent relationship, could have been financially dependent on someone. I feel like that is not the case anymore, kind of overnight. Like you were offered a job and it's pretty much everything that you could dream of because it's going to eliminate the need. Like, say you have, it's a very specific example, but say you are living with someone and you really don't want to live with them anymore. You don't like living with them. You want to have your own space back, whatever the case may be. But because they're paying half the rent and half the bills, it's like, shit, I kind of need them to stay because I can't make this work on my own. And then just like that, you were offered a job where you absolutely can't make it work on your own. So now it's like a huge sigh of relief, like, okay, now I can move forward on my own. Now I can afford to leave this behind and no longer entertain this, no longer kind of walk on eggshells around this person to keep them happy so they don't leave, so I don't mess this up. But you're definitely leaving some shit behind. And this could have been something that was once your dream life. This could have been someone who was once your dream person. Like, you had it in your mind, I'm going to marry this person. I'm going to have a family with them. And at one time, they were everything that you ever wanted. The life that you had was everything you ever wanted. But the point of this is to grow and to expand and to become more and to have more and to do more. And maybe as you did that, and as you grew and did all of these things, this life that you had built, the relationship that you had built, was no longer fitting into that, and it felt at some point like a hindrance, like it was holding you back. You've had to recognize that, as hard and as painful as it is, especially if you still love and care for this person, this situation, this job, whatever it is. You've had to recognize it and in turn walk away from it, which is very, very hard to do. Very hard to do. But you've done it, and it's leading you straight into this most beautiful, abundant life that is almost completely unrecognizable. Like, if you were once dependent on someone else's finances, on someone else's resources, if they were kind of the ones that were the main breadwinners, that's all completely gone. It is all you. You are a sole provider for yourself, for maybe even others around you. I do see, like, becoming a multimillionaire, and you are in kind of the first steps of that. You've just kind of propped yourself up into a really stable position, and then from there you're going to do other things that is going to kind of lead you to this multimillionaire status, is what I'm getting. I love it. I want to keep going. I don't know. I want to keep going, see maybe what else is here. I don't know how much better it can get, but we'll see. Yes, okay. So, again, this is just reiterating. We have 2 8s here. This is just reiterating that you were in a situation that was toxic, that made you feel stuck, that made you feel helpless, like there was no way out. If you're still in this and you're like, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, I am still completely dependent on this person and their finances, trust me when I say there is something coming in. Just keep taking the actions. If that is applying for jobs, if that is posting your videos, creating content, reaching out to people, something is going to just overnight, you're going to get an offer that's going to come in. It could be like a salary position that you've been wanting for a really long time, with the exact salary. Like they come to you and they're like, what do you want? What will make you happy? We really want you to be happy here. What will that take? And you tell them a number, and they come back with an offer letter, and you're like, okay, this is it. This is the start of something new for me, and I can leave all of this behind. I can leave this toxic kind of cycle. I'm getting it's a really, really, really long cycle for you, like decades long cycle that is coming to an end. And when you shed this skin, and when you fully release this, oh my God, you're going to be unstoppable. You're going to be magnificent. You're going to be radiant, expressive. You're going to be able to tell people what you want when you want it. It's not going to be any of this unsure, like, oh, well, I don't know, whatever you want to do, I'll just do it. I'm just here. I'm just along for the ride. Nope. This is your ride. You're controlling it, and others are just along for your ride now. They're the supporting, to hold you up, to prop you up, to do to call your shots. You say something, you make it happen. They make it happen, I mean. And you, yes. Mwah, chef's kiss. It's unbelievable. I love you all so very, very much. Happy birthday to those of you who are celebrating. I love you all so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.